Can't really speak for their side of things, but you know, when we have everyone working hard, we have everyone doing little things, we have everyone finishing their checks, and when you're playing a team like that, I mean, we've had games this year where every single little check's getting finished on you. It can wear on you mentally, physically, and you know, that's been part of our successes. Our top-end guys and our role players are all finishing their checks, and over the course of not only a game, but over the course of a series, it can be frustrating to play.
Do you think they checked out of the series after the way they kind of lost their composure tonight?
I mean, that's only one game. I mean, it's a long series. You know, they've been a pretty resilient group this year and years past. I don't think a lot of people give them chances prior to this, and they've shown they won the Pacific Division for a reason.
You don't have any problems with any of their hits tonight?
I have a problem with two of their hits.
Yeah, so we can talk about yours, Hansel.
From my point, I mean, I chip it by Morris. I see Yandel coming for the puck. I know there's guys behind me. I didn't think he was going to hit me, I guess, because he probably saw my numbers from the top of the circle. I mean, he was behind me the whole way. So it wasn't like I don't know, turned or anything. I was going to get the puck, and I saw Yandel. I think it was on my right side. I thought we were going to have a puck battle, and then Hansel's a big boy, so.
Is it worth a suspension in your books?
No comment on that.
How you feel? I mean, are you okay?
Again, no comment on that either.
How about the dome hit on Trevor Lewis?
That one, I just saw the tail end of it. My stick was broken, so I was looking the other way, and then, I see the tail end of it. And, obviously it was a hit.
Do you think this is frustration on their part that they seem to have a good first period, but they still come out losing, and look where they are now too?
I can only comment for this team. For us, it's if that's the case, we got to keep going. We got to keep finishing our checks, keep being over top. I just comment on this. We played against teams in the regular season, and this is a little different. But when you have everyone, whether it's your best players or your role players, finishing checks, just doing anything they can to get in your way, it can get frustrating. The intensity's high up there, and the pressure at the stage in the playoffs it's important for us to understand if they are frustrated, we got to keep doing it.
How important have you seen the size factor to be in this series? You guys have a bigger team than they are, and you're scoring a goal, and Penner creates a goal there for Carter. King sets up in front, gets a goal using size. How important is that size factor now in this series after 2 games?
It might not be, some of our goals weren't pretty, but you look at teams that won the Cup, I guess the one team I always think of, because I played them so much, was Anaheim in 07, and they were gigantic.
Yeah.
And not only big, but they had the skill and the speed to go with it. And you look at some of our guys, Kobe, Kurtzy, they're 6'3", but they can probably skate like they're 5'10", speedy guy. And then you got Penn, who just, once he gets going, it's hard to stop. And in the corners, Doan's a big, strong guy, and just recall one play was, we call him Bear for a reason. So.
Before you got Carter and brought up King and Nolan, you guys were big, but now it just seems like you're huge.
Yeah, those guys, again, they go under the radar. They're probably our so-called role players with King and Nolan, but since they've been called up, for some reason I remember it was we played the first game in Dallas when they got called up, and they had a great game, and it's kind of snowballed from there for them individually. They're big bodies and pretty good with the puck, and there's something about size if you have the skill and that sort of thing to go with it. It can be really hard to defend.
And your line tonight couldn't generate as much as you did in Game 1, but Jeff Carter gets a hat trick. How, seeing him get going too, even if they, like you said, weren't pretty, just seeing him get going, how important is that?
It's huge for this team. We have, this is what it's been for us all playoffs. We have a lot of guys playing at pretty high levels, and it's one of those things where we have guys stepping up at different times. I mean, you can go back all the way to the Vancouver stereo. That first game in the playoffs was a big win for us, and a lot of it had to do with Richards. Every night you probably can pull one player, and they made a difference for us, and it's huge when you got. I mean, Cookie's probably the one guy that does it every night for us, but you got guys different nights doing different things for us.
Dustin, did you say anything to Smith later in the game?
No.
How distant do the trade rumors feel like to you now? You're 2 games away. How distant do those trade rumors feel like now? You're 2 games away from maybe making it to the Cup Finals.
Pretty no. I mean, that's part of the business, part of being a professional athlete. Right now, I don't.
Was there an air? Sorry, hold on.
One of the